Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Midweek Moment. This last Sunday, we took a look at Philippians chapter 4. And the book of Philippians is known as a book of joy. For 16 times throughout the letter, he makes some sort of reference to rejoicing or being joyful or being filled with joy. And one of the things that we talked about is rejoicing or being joyful is in response to something. And so we answered the question, why do we rejoice? Why did the Apostle Paul implore this church in Philippi to rejoice when they were surrounded by persecution and when the Apostle Paul was in chains? We'd think that they would not be rejoicing, but they were. They were rejoicing because God had done something in this world and that God is doing a new thing. Their rejoicing flowed out of the reality that God was and is redeeming the world decisively. Not only that, but the rejoicing flowed out of abiding in the life of Christ, and the rejoicing flowed out of their life together. And one of the things that I challenged us as a church to consider is, how might we in 2020 be known as a church of joy? Because one of the things that joy does is it bears witness to something. It bears witness for us to a very good God and a very good gospel. Have you ever met someone that has a pep in their step, or that is just so joyful that it's contagious and you wonder why? What is it that you have? Why are you so joyful? This morning I've been thinking about Rosie Weatherby. And her last year, as she was fighting her battle for cancer, every single time that I visited her, she was filled with this indescribable and contagious joy. In such a way that people would ask her, Rosie, what are you so happy about? Why are you so joyful? And from there, then she would be able to generate conversations about Jesus. She would be able to bear witness about how good God was, even in the midst of suffering. Think about that. Joy has a potential to generate conversations about Jesus. As together in our joy, as it flows out of a place of recognizing what God has done in this world, we are bearing witness to a very good God and a very good gospel. How might you today reflect the joy of the Lord in all that you do? That's all for this week's Midweek Moment. See you on Sunday.